what planet is this statement accompanied with, and that's good? Gunshots at the Trump rally? Shut the fuck up. No. Where? Where? Give me a link now. Holy fuck. Dark Brandon? Dark Brandon? Wait, did they cut the audio? Is he shot?
Well, there you go, guys. Unbelievable information right now as we see President Trump being taken away from the podium there in Butler, Pennsylvania. We did hear some shots there. We don't know what it was that happened. You're looking at the same thing we're looking at right now. I was literally without the suit jacket, just watching the coverage. We heard the loud noises, and we are live right now on Right Side Broadcasting Network.
I told you, motherfuckers, this capacity to be the craziest race of all time.
Is very concerning at this point. Not sure, again, what happened there. We do know that people got towards the ground. We don't know any details. We're watching this live with you throughout this country and some around the world. The leader of the free world is right there.
He's not the president, dumbass. He's not the leader of the free world, a former leader of the free world.
MAGA. MAGA means make. That's all we wanted. A place with. Thank you. Instead, I'm here with the White House. Not easy, because we have millions and millions that should. You know, we had the strongest border ever. I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have? You take my offices comes right out of Border Patrol. Legal in the history of probably starts a couple.
Yo! What the fuck?
Move to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
They cut the audio. Oh my God. They cut the audio. How are they not running? They're, brother, they are motherfucking hogs, okay? This is crazy. We don't know if it hit him. We don't know. Look, here, I'm going to replay it again.
You see, a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. Well, want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
First shot rings out. He grabs his fucking neck. You have the full screen version of the shot. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Do we think he got actually shot? I think he was bleeding when they picked him up. Trump bleeding, don't show on stream. Oh my God. Oh my God, he is bleeding. I think it nicked his ear. No, that's not like enough. That's not TOS. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude. Dude. All I'm going to say is this has happened before. And when they miss, landslide. Oh my God. Oh my God. You said this was the boring election cycle? No. I said this is the most boring election cycle, but it has the capacity to become almost overnight the most interesting election cycle. And this happened with Bolsonaro, Reagan. Oh, they shut it off? Oh, staged? No, I don't think it's, I think it's a little wild. Here's the full screen shooting.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. And if you want to really
he gets up, he puts his fist up. This isn't live, right? This is like they escorted him out already. We watched him get escorted out. But I think, dude, hogs are crazy. They just shot the former president.
Okay, you just saw there that
hogs are so insane, bro. They shot the former president and they're doing a USA chant. Yo! What is going on?
Screen here
what the fuck?
But we have not had a confirmation on what that noise was, so we are going to continue to refer to it as popping noises.
Bro, I said light news. I didn't realize. Bro! God damn, America is a fucking spiritually
see something
broken.
that said, take a look at what happened.
Where is it? Oh, is the shooting. He's bleeding. He's fine. Here's a hog video. A Biden supporter just pulled out a gun and shot Donald Trump. First of all, we don't know anything about what happened, but this guy immediately goes, a Biden supporter pulled out a gun and shot Trump. Oh, dude. Reagan landslide. Oh, no. Reagan landslide incoming. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. First shot, Trump's hand moves directly to the side of his head. Oh, my God. Who else if not a Biden supporter? Dude, it could be a Biden supporter. But to say that it definitely is a Biden supporter is insane, okay? Like, to say with certainty, what do you mean, who else? This motherfucker was the president, dog. Why do you think former presidents get lifetime Secret Service? For this specific reason. What are you talking about? American presidents, for those of you who don't know, get lifetime Secret Service. There's a reason why he has Secret Service right now. Not every person that's like running for president until they become presidential candidates, presidential nominees, actually get full-blown Secret Servants. Secret Service. Former American presidents do. The reason for why is because when you're the president of the United States of America, for however many years, you are in control of a lot of shit. You make a lot of enemies. There's a new angle. No, this is the angle that we saw originally.
like gunshots ring out. My
There are weeks where nothing happens, but decades where there are decades where nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen.
Most people ducking down, the press that were behind the risers, press that were at our media tables, ducking down under the tables as we weren't sure what was going on. Our crew who was up on the stage captured some of that video that you showed, the former president getting protected by his Secret Service. They covered him. He looked to have some blood on his face. It looked like his ear was bloody. A lot of chaos and confusion. No one was sure where the gunshots sounded like gunshots were coming from. The former president, as we know, is now inside the motorcade. He may at this point be off-site. The folks here are now evacuating. A lot of confusion, some anger, people yelling at the press here, not sure what to make of what has just happened.
The press brought a blicky out.
Was just standing on the stage. She was talking about immigration under President Biden when all of this erupted into chaos. Again, just moments into his appearance here in Butler, Pennsylvania. So far, we're safe. Our crew is safe. We have not seen anyone injured. We have not heard of anyone injured yet, but certainly unexpected, confusing, and we are still waiting to find out what exactly transpired here, Jose.
And Dasha, we want to go back to that video because, as you indeed state, it does seem as though what appears to sound like shots, a number of them did ring out, and the former president clutched his right ear. We saw him that after that he was taken towards that motorcade, and here, or just moments afterwards, you can see from what seems to be his ear, blood in his ear, and there's some blood on his cheeks, but he is conscious. He is with his fist raised in the air as there seems to be blood coming from his right ear. He was conscious the entire time, still is conscious in every single one of the frames of the video that we have here on NBC News as he is being taken into that SUV. There were also moments right after those apparent gunshots rang out where we were able to hear the officials. And let's just listen in together to this.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
I counted about 8 to 11 what seems to be gunshots, and you will be able to hear now as they're getting ready to transport the former president. And we see now some heavily armed special SWAT team members. But listen to what they say here. Shooter is down, is what one said.
Oh, dude, they got him. They got the shooter.
This was just moments ago in Pennsylvania. And we'll see the former president stand up with the help of a few people.
Let me get my shoes. Hold on in your head.
He says, let me get my shoes.
Let me get my shoes.
Watch out.
Donald Trump still speaking as he raises his fist. And there you can see in the middle part of your screens what seems to be blood coming out from his right ear, conscious, shaking and waving that fist, as about 5 people help him down the stairs and towards that SUV. And I could hear about 8 to 10 or 11 what seemed to be gunshots. Dasha.
Jose, as we stand here, there are a lot of people yelling at the press pen right now, a lot of anger from the people here. I'll tell you, just emotionally, there's been a roller coaster just over the last 10 minutes or so since this happened. It went from confusion, people not sure if what they were hearing was fireworks, but as those sounds continued, as you said, 8 to 11 or so consecutively, people realized this might be dangerous, this might be gunshots. people started to get down, to hide, to feel that fear, that adrenaline that frankly I felt as we were trying to make sense of the situation and make sure that our team here and our colleagues here.
You think they'll go for gun control after this?
Saw the former president in that video get up and raise his fist. We did hear cheers erupt from the crowd, people chanting USA, USA, and the former president was
okay. Never mind. They were chanting USA, USA. They probably not, right?
As this place is empty, littered with water bottles, just looks like a scene of escape right now. Very chaotic exit for everyone. The few people that are remaining are very angry with the media. We are feeling a lot of rage from people right now as everyone is trying to process
this.
What
Bitch, what do you
happened.
mean?
Of course, it is not uncommon for the former president at his rallies to point
Don't
out
politicize
to call them fake
the
news and to
former
target
president
the
getting
frustration
shot
of
with a
his
gun.
supporters towards the press, and that is a little bit of what we are experiencing right now as people are trying to make sense of what happened. What
It's
was
time
supposed
for
to be
thoughts and
was
prayers.
just before these sounds
Sir?
rang out, just before this incident, a pretty jovial,
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
mood.
It's a good joke.
Music
That person
was
is
playing.
definitely
The former
joking.
president had just started his speech, and then everything changed, Jose.
Hold, when you're ready, on you. Ready? Move.
I want to bring
Dude,
in
it's
Tom
crazy. The
Winter,
Aussies were
special-
supposed to travel to Pennsylvania to go to this rally.
What we can discern from these images
Instead,
that we
they're at
have
fucking
from just moments
SneakerCon
ago
in
is that
Anaheim.
The former president was speaking, and then as what appear to be gunshots start ringing out, more than one, Tom, is when he seems to touch his right ear, and almost quickly right after that starts dropping, and then that's when the security joined him. But Tom, it looks as though from this image that there is blood just from his right ear, which may have also grazed his cheek.
Jose, I want to stress to everybody that it is preliminary. The information that I am sharing with our audience right now is very early in this investigation. Everything I say is subject to change as law enforcement gathers more information, as an investigation continues. I can say...
I hate how much plot armor this motherfucker has, bro. I'm
enforcement
sorry.
Officials have been briefed initially on the events at the ground.
It's over.
Reporting
It's so
along with my
over.
colleague Jonathan Dink.
I'm pulling a
At this
Dave
point,
Wasserman.
I
I've seen enough.
The president is not expected
I hate this shit, dude. I hate this shit.
Expected to survive this incident. I think that's the most important thing for people to know. The former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, current presumptive nominee in the Republican Party, is expected to survive this incident. That's the initial indication that we have from the ground. There is an initial indication that either a fragment of a piece of ammunition or ammunition may have struck the president. It's possible it could have been a bullet ricochet. We just don't know. It's very early in this investigation. We do not have any sort of sense of a suspect. We do not have any sort of a sense of it's just one person.
Here's the
or two
AP
people.
photo,
We
yeah.
don't know. We don't know the type of weapon that's used. We don't know the motivation, though it appears to be clear to be going after former President Trump. But again, the headline at this time, the initial indications is that Donald Trump is expected to survive this incident. We've got a lot more calls to make.
I don't think it was a pellet gun, but I can't tell. But it doesn't sound like a pellet gun, but who knows?
Could change entirely in the next 5 minutes, the next 5 hours. We don't know. But that's the initial indication that we have, all subject to change.
Tom Winter, of course, stay on this, and thank you for being with us tonight on this rapidly developing news story. Former President Donald Trump appears to have been shot or hit by some either ammunition or fragments in a rally that he was holding in Pennsylvania just moments ago. I want to turn to the moderator of Meet the Press, Kristen Welker, who is with us as well tonight. Kristen, these images that we're showing show the president to be conscious the former president to be conscious the entire time, shaking and waving his fist in the air, but there does seem to be blood emerging from his right ear, and possibly maybe some injury to the cheek.
Jose, that's right. The images are horrifying. The former president, his face bloodied, he's pumping his fists.
That is
he
the sound of 1 million Republicans nutting collectively.
The
okay.
Secret Service. The political
that is the
world
sound
just
of
starting
thousands
to absorb,
of DC staffers and Republican wonks collectively nutting. That is going to be absolutely put on a fucking t-shirt
so far
permanently.
Kelly O'Donnell has reached out to the Secret Service. The Secret Service saying they are still gathering information on this incident. So, of course, we will bring that to our viewers as soon as we get that. President Biden, for his part, was at church in Delaware. As he left, he was asked if he'd been briefed on this rally. He said no. He then got back into his motorcade. Undoubtedly, he will be briefed in the coming moments. J.D. Vance, of course, the senator from Ohio, who is a potential contender to be Trump's VP nominee, tweeting out, "Everyone join me in praying for our President Trump and everyone at that rally. I hope everyone is okay." Jose, we cannot
just remember that after Lincoln got shot, he wasn't reelected, so there's still hope. Yeah, JFK too, but
as everyone absorbs
those
what
were very
has happened
different
again, the former
ones.
president rushed off stage, pumping his fist, appearing to have been injured at this rally in Pennsylvania, Jose.
Kristen Walker, thank you so very much. Stay with us.
Yeah, bro, he is such a fucking content demon, like straight up. Such a goddamn content demon, dude. And of course, every hog is posting the photo already. I told you. Immediately, Tucker Carlson, 20K likes. He's such a fucking content monster, dude. He got shot, got up, ear bleeding, face bleeding, throws up a fist. It's so Jover. Oh my fucking God. Yes, it is real. It happened in front of our eyes. We literally watched it in real time. Sick photo? Yeah, of course it's a sick photo. Are you kidding me? Look, I don't know anything about who shot him, how they shot him, what they shot him with, what kind of grazing occurred. But what I will tell you is this. When motherfuckers shoot at Republicans, they use 22s, okay? And they don't go for center mass. And history shows that when you do that, I don't know if they used 22s here, but historically speaking, when that sort of thing happens, well, you know, it's a Bolsonaro style situation where they become super fucking popular. That's why people say when you come at the king, you best not miss. Oh my Lord. It was the anti-Castro communists again. Man, I keep thinking about what you say. Anything can happen for election day. COVID was very sudden. Is history rhyming? This is why I always tell you that, yes, polling is good to understand what's going on for now. But that doesn't mean you will know what happens come election time. Just like COVID. Okay? If it wasn't for COVID, the likelihood of Trump's reelection was almost a complete fucking lock. Not only did COVID happen, Trump got COVID like literally 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the election. Word has got a live cam going on with the police on the area.
To his speech here.
Bro, how is she
crowd
still
also
there?
Quite angry at the press, and we are now being told by Secret Service that we need to leave, Jose. So I'm going to say goodbye to you for now, but we will keep you posted. I'll post it out. I'll phone in later if we have more information, Jose.
Dasha, thank you very much. Do what is needed to do. Stay safe and do exactly what authorities are asking you to do. I want to, and if you're listening to us on radio, I want you to listen as well as watch what happened just short moments ago in Pennsylvania at former President Donald Trump's rally. We're going to start from this part and just go right through the whole incident.
Want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Bro, they're going to play that forever, dude. Fucking Teflon, dude. unbowed assassination attempt victim who showed poise and courage right after nearly being killed versus a guy who can't remember his friends' names is beyond over. No, it has never been more Jover than it is at this very moment. That's the reason why so many of you are looking at this and going, it must be scripted. Because it's so perfect the way that all of this unfolded that it literally feels scripted. And the reason why you feel that way is because it is so fucking Jover.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down. My shoes.
Watch out.
Wait.
They went crazy. And before you say, oh, it just like feels scripted because he like just walks it off. Dude, shock, adrenaline is incredibly powerful.
This time around, as we play back what happened just a short while ago in Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally,
Republicans are also going to get like expert level victimhood status too, which is also additionally annoying. Like they're going to be like, how dare you? Oh, this guy's flipping off the camera.
Again, shots
fuck
fired.
You, media. Fuck you.
Initially,
you did
and then
this.
there was some responsive shots. We also heard members of security say the shooter is down. Peter Alexander is with us, our chief White House correspondent. Peter, what do we know as of right now? And I understand that President Biden has been informed of what happened.
Wow, dude.
Jose, that's right. We have been in touch with senior officials at the White House who tell NBC News that President Biden, who is spending this weekend at his property in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, has been informed, has been briefed by aides about the situation currently taking place or that has just taken place at that rally for former President Trump in Pennsylvania. I spoke to another official there who conceded that they are trying to get as much information as they can right now. Clearly,
he's still throwing up
there are a
fists while
lot
they're
of events
putting him
that
in
are
the
moving
fucking
very
car,
quickly
bro.
at this
Stop throwing
time.
up
The
the
president,
fist.
only
Stop
moments
it.
before this took place, was
stop
in the
fisting.
church at Rehoboth.
Stop.
And when he exited the
Every
church,
fist is
reporters
another
asked him if he
10,000 in a
had-
fucking
if he
red
was aware
state,
of it
a
or
key
had been
state turning
informed
into a
about it.
red
At that
state.
time, he had not been. It's clear at this time.
Every time he throws up his fist, Michigan is more over than it
is
was
clearly
before.
a very dramatic moment for this country.
He's farming
Both
it.
President Biden and
New
many
York
members
is now officially a battleground state.
of all kinds. Nobody anticipated anything of this kind to take place. As someone who travels routinely with the president and formerly with former President Trump and with Mr. Trump as a candidate, the perimeter is usually very tightly protected from a great distance as well. As you saw,
He's clip farming harder than the new crop of phase talent. He's like phase Ronaldo. He's clip farming harder than Jinxie. He keeps throwing up his fucking fist.
Been at many of these Trump rallies, and
It's
here's a new
over.
picture from one of our colleagues there on the ground, the photojournalists who are in the front row, showing the blood on former president's face and clearly on his ear as well. There he is pumping his fist as he was effectively chanting "fight" to those members, his supporters who were there. The perimeter is usually quite wide here, and having traveled with President Biden recently when he was overseas in Europe, I was struck by how wide that perimeter was, with snipers in many areas keeping a very close eye. And I suspect many of our colleagues in law enforcement would communicate that for a former president and now the presumptive nominee on the Republican side, there would have been a very wide perimeter. So now that we are told by law enforcement that it's believed that Donald Trump will certainly survive this incident, immediately the questions turn to how this happened, who's responsible for it, and what needs to be done to help better secure any of these
Libs
political
are coping on Twitter so hard right now, calling it all staged. That's so funny.
Which begins with the Republican National
We're reaching a new
Convention
level of like
scheduled to
liberal
start on
QAnon.
Monday in Milwaukee, a giant perimeter has been
Biden
built
lost the phase
around,
vote.
the Milwaukee arena where they're going to be hosting that event.
He just
in
maxed out
Washington.
his
A
aura.
huge
He definitely
perimeter was
winning the
built for
election
NATO
now.
summit
Oh
that
my
President Biden
God.
was participating in with world leaders as well. But as I'm speaking to you, I'm checking my phone and texting with colleagues, with staff at the White House for any additional
It's starting.
information. Jose,
You
as we gather
motherfucker,
that,
you
we
had
will, of
Trump
course, share it with
shot.
Peter Alexander, thank you so very much. Of course, continue monitoring this for us. I want to bring in retired ATF Special Agent Jim Kavanaugh. He is with us tonight. Jim, and when we look at these images, there is so much that tells people like you so much about the trajectory, where it seems that these gunshots or whatever came from. The president was looking towards his right when at least two of what seems to be gunshots rang out.
He's gonna be a
and
fucking.
Then he immediately
He's gonna be a 4-term president, dude.
here as he was dropping. It seems later,
This is
Jim,
the day that the election
there
was
may
lost.
be up to two what appear to be lines, one right up above his mouth on his cheek going towards his ear, and then one.
4 more years, 4 more terms until Barron becomes
What does this
president.
tell you, Jim?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right, Jose. I mean, he certainly reacted to his right. I mean, appears to be he was struck in his right ear. That where appears to be where all the blood is. We don't know if that blood on the cheek is a wound or just blood spatter. It's hard to tell. But he certainly reacted to his right. He felt the sting on his right, probably his right ear. There's bleachers behind him that are filled, with supporters. But he kind of looks to his right.
It's wild that we are able to watch history
that the shot
unfold
was directly to his
live
right.
on
That came directly from his right. It's just-
Twitch.motherfucking
he had hit him
TV.
on the.
Take a look at what happened.
There you see it, Jim.
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, we watched
Jim,
January
stand by.
6th
I want to go to
unfold.
Kristen Welker, who has some very late-breaking news.
Jose, Secret Service spokesperson just posted on X saying an incident occurred the evening of July 13th at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania. The Secret Service has implemented protective measures and the former president is safe. This is now an active Secret Service investigation and further information will be released when available. Again, that is from the Secret Service. Everyone just absorbing what has occurred and unfolded in Pennsylvania. We're also getting reaction from a number of the vice presidential potential picks of former President Trump. Again, just to reiterate, the Republican National Convention is just days away from getting underway, set to begin on Monday. Senator Rubio posting praying for President Trump and all those attending the rally in Pennsylvania today. Senator Vance, everyone join me in praying for our President Trump and everyone at that rally. I hope everyone is okay. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, please join Catherine and me in praying for President Trump, his family,
Butler,
and
PA.
everyone
Trump
attending the
says
rally
he is
today.
fine. In
Carrie
statement, it
Lake,
says he's being checked
for
at a
Senate
medical
candidate
facility.
posting, please pray for President Trump. So reaction just beginning to pour in
Fox
from
News.
the political world. Of
Representative
course,
Dan
as Peter just
Moiser, who was at the
reported,
Trump rally, says he heard 8
President
to 10
Biden
shots.
has
Appeared like multiple
been
people in the crowd were hit, according to
This
Fox
is
News.
The scenario that everyone, of course, feared and was trying to protect against. Certainly as we head toward the conventions this summer, security is in the spotlight. The questions, of course, now, how could this have happened at a rally for the
Elon
presumptive
Musk
Republican?
uses this crisis as an opportunity to endorse Donald Trump. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. Dark days are ahead of us. I made the joke. I said, oh, you think this will be fucking an opportunity for gun control? But fuck no, dude. The only gun control that will be enforced in this country is like if you have ever demonstrated any kind of left-leaning sentiment, like, for example, we shouldn't murder gay people or whatever, the government will come and take your guns away only to give it to the people who say they should kill gay people. Going forward, holding my tongue, I got lots of jokes, not trying to get you in trouble. I mean, I've been doing that as well, so I've been holding my tongue as well. You're not getting the RNC pass? Bitch, what do you mean? Is the RNC even fucking happening? I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. What is the RNC? I didn't get the Secret Service clearance anyway, but I don't know. I don't know, man. What's Brandon going to say about this? You'll be like, we beat Medicare.
7 Eastern time. So we're doing a lot of reporting. Law enforcement, U.S. Secret Service trying to get a handle on it. As you can imagine, federal law enforcement agencies, and I'm including my reporting with my colleague Jonathan Dienst on this, federal law enforcement agencies are all acutely aware of what's going on and are standing by to provide any sort of information or do any sort of investigative work, depending upon what they might find. Of course, there'll be questions about security. If this was, in fact, an intentional act, there'll be questions about the what and the why. But right now, I think folks are still trying to get a handle on the details, the most important of which, just so people understand the current condition of the former president, is that he is expected to survive.
So I want to thank you very much. Stay with us. I want to go to Hallie Jackson, who has an update from the Trump campaign. Hallie?
Yeah, per a campaign spokesperson, I'm going to read you this statement in full as obtained by our colleague Garrett Haake. The President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. The spokesperson goes on to say he is fine and being checked out at a local medical facility. That is it for now. We do expect more details to follow, but obviously significant now as we're looking at some of these images here.
Hot take, this won't change the election that much.
That he is, in the words of the campaign,
We'll see.
He is apparently
I don't know about that.
and is obviously being looked at now.
People do hate Trump, myself included. Like everybody, like people that hate Trump still hate Trump. They're not going to be like, I love Trump now.
Convention that for the presumptive Republican
But this will bring a lot more people to pay attention to what the fuck's going on in the
just
cycle.
days before he is set to officially accept the nomination. We want to be super careful here because there's still a lot we don't know about motivation, but I will just echo what some of my colleagues have said here, having been to many of these kinds of rallies. There is a security perimeter in place for any time you go to an event with any current or former president. There are mags, there is security, there's a perimeter, and it is usually, obviously, always pretty intense. And so there are going to be a lot of questions here moving forward as to how this could have happened as we're looking at these very dramatic visuals now from photographers who are lined up right there on stage in Butler, Pennsylvania. We have seen a lot of reaction coming in. I know that Kristen just went through some of it from people like Mike Pence, from others in the party, saying that they are praying for the former president. As you see there, the blood on his face as he's holding up his hand, that shot that we have been replaying here, Jose. But again, the word from the Trump campaign, he is fine, they say, and currently being checked out. We're going to update you the second we get anything more.
Hallie Jackson, thank you very much. I want to go back to Dasha Burns, who was at that Trump rally north of Pittsburgh and has new reporting. She joins us on the phone. She was asked to leave the area as it is considered a crime scene.
Yeah, Jose, that's right. Everyone has now been evacuated. That includes attendees, Trump staff, that includes the press as well. We have our crew has reconvened. We're all together.
The shooter was Ben Simmons, who averaged 13% from distance in his career. Great interview. Thank you for this. Thank you for this call in from the scene. That's great.
A member who was an elected official.
Dasha,
you are screened.
I'm so sorry. I just can't. We're not able to make out exactly what you're saying. It is a very chaotic scene where you are. The communications
we're
are
Fox
difficult.
News,
we're going to try to reestablish
which I
a better
is holding
line
a victory
of communication
parade.
with Dasha Burns. I want to go back to Peter
The shooter
Alexander.
was Cristiano Ronaldo. Bitch, if the shooter was Cristiano Ronaldo, he wouldn't have missed. What are you talking about?
Jose, no new information from the White House right now.
Shooter barely went 1 for 8. What are you talking about? Bro's the reason they make scripts. I can't even fucking log into. I can't even watch the. Does anyone have a Fox News link? I need a Fox News link. I need to see what the fuck they're saying.
Governor of the state of Pennsylvania. So that's just the latest information we're getting from there. Again, we are reaching out to our to the staff at the White House right now. President Biden, as we noted earlier, is traveling. He is in Delaware right now. The reporters, the pool that travels with him, we are told by reporters they are being kept inside the vans that they normally travel in a safe distance away from his home. But that is the latest in terms of the information that we have, Jose.
Peter Alexander, thank you so very much. As we continue our coverage, Lester Holt continues with our breaking news.
Jose, thank you very much. As we continue to cover the events here, I want to go to Dasha Burns. Dasha was in the crowd covering this event. I think we've reestablished your signal. Dasha, do you hear us okay?
Yeah, Lester, I'm on a better line, I think. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Lester, I will tell you what transpired is the former president was just
it's the first coming from Secret Service and now from the Trump campaign itself that it sounds like he is doing well, and whatever the intentions were of whatever happened there.
I and our team were up on the press risers as he first started speaking. We were just making our way off of those risers. We were heading to the ground level where all of the attendees were on the grass in the field at this venue when we heard what initially I thought might have been fireworks. The Trump rallies often involve pyrotechnics. Sometimes there is smoke for effect. So initially there was confusion, shock, surprise for myself.
How easy is it to shoot a president? Bro, I wouldn't be saying that right now.
Were of whatever happened there at the rally, it sounds like he's going to be just fine, and probably, I would guess, you knowing him, I knowing him, as many folks know him, probably more fired up than ever to get back out there on the campaign trail.
Bro, this motherfucker is
just
made
the indication
of
that he wanted to
Teflon.
get up and raise his fist after that moment, I think was an image he wanted to portray. I think there's a lot to know where things are coming from.
Bro, why are you turning off a first-hand account of a woman on the phone for
Brett,
this?
thank you very much. Safe travels. We will see you here very shortly in Milwaukee. Excuse me, I want to make sure that we get to nationally syndicated political reporter Selena Zito. She is a Pennsylvanian. She is somebody who has a Pennsylvanian, I guess would be the right term. She covers this state border to border, knows it inside and out. You were there at the rally, Selena. Can you tell us what you witnessed?
Yeah, so I was here at the rally, been here since 12 o'clock this afternoon. I had actually met with the president for a couple minutes before he went out on the stage. He was in great spirits.
Cars are going to go crazy today, dude.
The rally. I was in the buffer, so the buffer zone is the area where it's like this narrow area that's right along.
By the way, anytime a president gets shot or like a 9/11 style situation happens, check in on your most like susceptible to conspiratorial thinking friends, because in the upcoming days, they are going to have life-changing thoughts. Okay? I'm telling you right now, a lot of people that you took for granted as like normal family members are going to no longer be normal family members. These are always life-changing events for many American families. They're going to fucking turn around and be like, some of them are going to turn around and be like, this was a false flag. Look at him, like the fact that he got up immediately, shit like that. You know, I'm telling you right now, this is Blue Anon is about to go crazy. We're talking about the MAGA crowd going crazy, but Blue Anon will be extra nutty as well. There's hella members in the chat currently riding with the false flag conspiracy.
The shooter.
Obviously, the dumbest chatters in the chat are like, gaming tonight? Yeah, dude, we're gaming with American democracy's future.
And it was hard to tell exactly where the shots were coming from. I thought I saw some smoke on the right-hand side of the
Obviously,
stage.
who knows how the fucking hogs operate going forward? They're going to get extra nutty. But you know who else is going to get extra nutty? The Blue Anon liberals. Okay? Blue Anon liberals are going to go crazy mode. Especially considering how dire Biden's chances were to begin with. MAGA is going to say, MAGA is going to say this was fucking, MAGA is going to say this was Biden's doing, okay? In which we'll have a funny little moment to talk about how, you know, is it constitutionally legal for Biden to potentially attempt an assassination of a former president and a political, you know, rival running for office? The Supreme Court did rule it. You know, the Supreme Court made it extra hard to prosecute such things. So that's number one. So, but that's besides the point. You know, it might have been an official act. I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't think this was Biden. But, you know, that's a conversation that you can have with your MAGA relatives that will say this was Biden. This was Biden's doing. Having said that, however, I think that there is going to be a lot of fucking panic and craziness on the liberal side as well. Liberals going with this was a false flag attempt because they can't cope with the reality that at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and that is very real unless you subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. $6, sorry, inflation. Brandon's America. There I go again. Right, Twitch Prime is free though, as long as you connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Here's the 3-minute ad break coming for you right now. In the eve of historic moment.
Not see anyone get injured. You saw the former president with some blood on his face. And
this is nutty.
He is safe. We are safe, and we are just looking to learn as many details as we can.
All right, Dasha Burns with that, excuse me, first-person account of what occurred there in Pennsylvania. And again, we saw that close-up picture.
Democrats have a really wonderful opportunity to change the message from Donald Trump's brave martyrdom to who the next presidential candidate is going to be. This is the ace in their pocket. This is the ace up their sleeve. I'm telling you right now. Oh, they found the shooter. BNO News says one person killed. That's BNO News, man. County prosecutor says one person killed in shooting at Trump rally, former president safe. That's probably the shooter, by the way, because they said they got him. If one person has been killed, there's going to be a lot of fucking misinformation flying around. But if there's one person that's killed, it most likely is the shooter because they said they got him. They took him down. Yeah, in the video, you hear him saying, shoot her down, shoot her down.
What specifically happened, although we've obviously been seeing it and watching it for ourselves. The Secret Service, they say, has implemented protective measures.
If Biden got shot, it would not have had this effect. Brother, if Biden got shot, he would not stand up and throw a fucking fist. He would be dead. Just from the sheer panic, he would just die. Like, what do you mean? Biden would have died before the bullet hit him because he would have heard the loud noise and it would have scared him to death. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, I suspect that like whoever would do such a thing would be probably a hog with better aim. Nice title, bro. What do you mean? It's what happened. Trump shot at PA rally is my title. Are you going to cry? Are you going to fucking do like liberal baiting here as a die-in-the-wool hog? You're going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're not demonstrating a level of respect for the former president. Like, you're a piece of shit if you're already like a fucking massive Trump supporter. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to spare your fucking feelings, dipshit. I didn't even write anything crazy. I'm not like celebrating. I just simply said Trump shot at PA rally. He did. You can see it on the fucking screen.
New York, we are following the events in Pennsylvania where former President Trump, appearing at a rally, suffered what appears to be a wound to his ear after pops were heard, multiple pops, according to witnesses, believed to be potentially gunshots. The former president, taken from the stage, surrounded by Secret Service, ultimately put into his armored vehicle and whisked away from the scene. You heard my colleague say. That rally site is now a crime scene as the Secret Service now takes over in the investigation. There's certainly many details we've not been able to confirm or fill out at this point. We don't know the status of the shooter and or shooters. We don't know if other people were shot in this attack, but there you see the shot. I think that people will see a lot of the former president looking defiantly and triumphantly, even as he's led away with that bloodied face. We want to show you there's video of the incident. We're going to take a moment here and watch. Here it is.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's sad, take a look at what happened.
It is more Jover than it has been in quite a long time, I think.
Move to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Move to the spare. Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready. We ready?
They're saying shooters down. So if you're hearing reports about somebody, if you're hearing reports right now about somebody dying at the rally, it's probably the shooter. And the 8 to 10 shots that were fired could literally be the police firing back, Secret Service firing back at the shooter.
Watch out.
The former president obviously dazed by what had transpired. You hear him say, "Let me get my shoes," as Secret Service surrounds him. Typically, Secret Service protectees are protected by layers of teams. You see the folks usually in the dark uniforms there with the assault weapons. It's part of a counter-assault team that typically is certainly on presidential security. I can't tell you for sure if we would see it in this case, a former president, but nonetheless, you see these teams begin to surround Mr. Trump, and then somebody says clear. We don't know if they're referring to the threat. If the threat was neutralized, that's obviously the
Biden was
next
already losing. This is beyond
worry
over
is to
perfect
make
fascist
sure that
aesthetics.
there
Wait
is no
until we
further
see who the
threat
shooter is.
to the
That is gonna
protectee,
add
in this
another
case,
layer of coverage.
former
Oh,
President
yeah.
Trump or anyone in the crowd.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. If it's an undocumented migrant, dude, listen, if you have any kind of like Mexican in your ancestry, you're getting deported, okay? Like it is, if the shooter...
This is right, spot on here,
What is
Lester.
happening?
They do
What's
have layered
effing?
security. A lot of it is provided also by local law enforcement. You can see their SWAT teams are there assisting. And the former president has a permanent detail, of course, of Secret Service agents that protect him, a detail leader, a special agent in charge. They're all very close to him. You can see when he was hit, his face is actually turned to the right, and he grabs his right ear. Now, you can hear some small popping noises, and you can also see the crowd react to the noise. So, you know, I think I would probably rule out some sort of a slingshot. I think it is some sort of a weapon. Now, it could be a small caliber handgun that grazed his ear. That's a possibility.
Oh, he's saying he's ruling out a slingshot.
It also could be something like a simunition. And that's a round that we use in training, that police use in training. It will bust your skin. It will hurt you. It fires from a regular firearm. You know, sometimes people use similar type. There's various types, but sometimes they use them in paintball activities. So it could be a firearm, and that could be a small caliber weapon that just grazed him, because it looks like the shot came from the right, and he was actually facing the right. He had his head turned toward the right. So it doesn't appear the shot came from the bleachers above, which is a small group of supporters there, and it might have came more from his right, and there's multiple shots. So, you know, clearly, I mean, we'd look at this and say someone trying to shoot the former president in the head, misses mostly if he fired, you know, a few rounds, because you can hear some popping, but might have grazed him with one. Now, what kind of projectile it was, if it was, like I say, if it was an actual firearm, I'd be thinking it's a small caliber weapon. The reports are not real loud that I can tell, although we'll probably get better audio. It doesn't sound like any kind of a rifle or anything. And he's dazed by it, Lester, and you made that observation a minute ago. He is dazed by it. So when he's hit by the projectile, he sees his head's facing right. I think you should note he's looking to the right, and there's the pops. You can hear 2 pops, and he grabs his ear. So it's a small caliber handgun if it's an actual firearm, or it could be a simunition that still breaks the skin, still causes an injury there.
And Jim, you and I have both been to events on this scale, and certainly I've been to presidential events on this scale, and you look around at the security challenge there. Everybody, of course, carries a smartphone right now, and they have to make a quick judgment: is that a phone or is that a weapon?
Right.
A lot of movement, a lot of dynamic action going on at these sorts of events. I can't imagine it getting much more challenging from a security standpoint.
Yes, you're exactly right. I served on many of these Secret Service details as an ATF agent over all my 33 years, and we were always called in on those details, especially the campaign years, to work close to the candidates. To some of the agents traveled extensively with them to supplement Secret Service. So other agents, and back then we were ATF was in Treasury with Secret Service, so we were always called upon to help them. But watch what happens once the former president is struck.
The person who attacked Trump was detained. I doubt that that's the person.
They completely get around him. So
wait,
another
really?
shot is hard to get.
Oh, they're bleeding.
That's what they're trying to do. When they yell clear, I would think they're yelling clear to the armored vehicle. They can go to the armored vehicle. That's what they want to do. And I would think that's the clear notice they're giving each other. Clear path to the armored vehicle. Because that's what he wanted to do, is get him in and get him away.
Again, this is the weekend for the Republican National Convention. It is also the weekend that we were expecting we might hear former President Trump's announcement of a running mate. I want to go to Kristen Welker right now. Kristen, we have been watching these members of the so-called short list of potential nominees. Are we hearing from any of them? And if so, what are they saying?
Lester, we're hearing from all of them,
BBC?
and I should preface this by saying this is one of those rare
I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know.
That brings people together across the political aisle. So let me read you some of what we are hearing from the potential VP
and how do you miss
our
trending in the United States? BB gun is trending in the United States.
Senator Marco Rubio putting out on X, praying for
President Trump. I don't know if this is
from
this campaign. You don't know.
Pennsylvania today. Senator Vance posting, everyone join me in praying for our President Trump and everyone at the rally. I hope everyone is okay. Doug Burgum writing, please join Catherine and me, his wife, in praying for President Trump, his family, and everyone attending the rally. Carrie Lake also tweeting out her words of support. And then Senator Bernie Sanders, independent senator, posting, political violence is absolutely unacceptable. I wish Donald Trump and everyone else who may have been hurt a speedy recovery. Pausing on that last
saying, how do you miss though? You must not be. You must not be aware that this happens to right wingers quite a bit globally. The United States of America literally happened to the one guy that we were watching earlier. That is perhaps the most analogous for the Trump presidency, Ronald Reagan. So, this happens a lot. It has happened. Yeah, it's when it happens to like Democrats, it's a little different. When it happens to Democrats, they die. Or when it happens to like more progressive people on the ticket, even if they are a Republican, back at when the Republican Party first started, when it was very different. It was a force of progress. They die. When it happens to right wingers, not as much.
A mother, son, who say that they were right there. They were in the area where this happened. Donna, let me start with you. First of all, are you okay?
Yes, I'm shook. I'm definitely shook up, but I'm okay. Yeah, and Trump was talking, watching him. I heard pop, pop, pop. I thought it was like a cap gun. And my son's like, gun, get down. And next thing you know, everybody around us was down. And then once we got down, we was up at the top of our bleacher, the men were yelling to all the snipers and all the cops to come over because he had shot a man and a woman in our bleacher. We heard the one is very fatal. We don't know that for sure, but they were down. They went out on grenades.
So Joe, what exactly did you see? Because from our vantage point, we couldn't see what was going on. We didn't see any individuals. All we could do was listen for those sounds. But what did you see?
Again, I was watching the president, and you hear the gunshots
guys,
go off.
the idea that Trump did this to himself is very silly. Please don't lean on, blue MAGA conspiracies, please.
And after we got down, like my mom
said, it's
there was 2 people down. They were calling for
please don't do this. His opponent, as of an hour ago, his opponent was